Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Doodle Robot and today we're gonna fill these pans, a whole bunch of pans, with watercolor. I just filmed a video on how not to do that, so you might want to see that first. Kind of, sort of, a little bit tongue in cheek. I already filled one pan with oxide black. These are Van Gogh watercolors. I've used a Posca pen. Hopefully that will keep to label them. So we've got the lights are in the wrong place, I feel like. The number on one side and then the name on the other. Yeah, this first one didn't go very well. And then I'm going to put them in a case that I have here. So I'm just going to move those out of the way. I have two blacks because I got too much in this pan, so I filled this pan up. And I still have another. These are full pans. So I'm thinking that there's probably enough for, I mean, if you were able to fill these to the top, probably enough for two pans. But if you're going to have enough room to stir them because they get separated, it's probably more like 3 pans worth in these little Van Gogh tubes. So, alright. So here we go. This is just an exercise in filling up our pans. I could not get these open in the last video, so now I have help. Alright, there we go. This is Dusk Violet. I'm gonna get you situated here. Try not to get my hands in the way, but I am right-handed. So, whoa. It's going all over the place. Already, we have a problem. I'm gonna squeeze out a little bit. There's a whole bunch in the lid here. If you see that, that's a problem. I don't know if I can get that out. Let's get a clean brush here. This is why I prefer them in the pans, because there's all these problems with them in the tubes. Alright, I did the best I could there. Okay, continuing on. I don't want to get it too full like I did before, because there wasn't enough room to stir. A little more. These, the tubes that I have left over, I'm gonna store in a really airtight plastic bag once I'm done. So, alright. And then, because they become separated in the tubes, which I find to be a problem, you know, when you squeeze them out and you get that little, like, amber colored substance, it looks a little oily. I don't know that it's oil, but it's probably gum arabic or something. Yeah. So I much prefer my watercolor in pans. we go. All right, up next is Dusk Pink. Looks like this. I'm getting super messy here off camera. It's very satisfying mixing these. Okay. I'm gonna move you a smidge. No, I need you this way. Okay. I'm gonna do opaque white next. I've had this one a long time, so it's probably separated. This I actually bought years ago to take my regular watercolor paints and make them into basically gouache. Okay. This one always comes out separated for me. See, you see that bit of gunk, whatever. I'm sure it's important for the paint, but this one's getting, yeah, this one definitely needs to be taken out of the tube because it's getting really hard. The paint is. I might just do 2 of these just to get it out of the tube and throw it away. The tube, not the paint. Uh-oh. I might have gotten them too full again, but like I said, I just want to get this out of the tube. I might have to get out a 3rd palette for that. All right, that tube is done. Yay. Yeah, it's much thicker, and it didn't used to be, than the other paints. The other paints are newer. So let's see here if we can get all this paint to behave here. I will probably worry about cleaning up the edges of the pans later when it's actually dried. And hopefully this is not going to be ruined by doing this. We will see. Gouache is basically watercolor. It can always be reactivated. But there could be something, some gouache comes in like wet pans that you're supposed to keep kind of wet, and some comes in cakes. I don't know if there's a different chemical makeup to those things. I have not studied watercolor that much. It was never of interest to me until now. So I'm a newbie. Alright, there we go. White is done. I'll relabel. I'm getting very messy here. I'll label the one later off camera. Alright, next we have dusk yellow. Dusk yellow. I'm going to have to get a brush to clean out the lid again. These dusk colors kind of remind me of like the graphy tint, that they all have a kind of gray look to the graphy tint. Well, they're colors in graphite. These dusk colors are similar, not, I would say, graphite mixed with graphite, but something makes them dark and dusky. Okay. Yeah, they're already very separated in they're brand new. Already separated in the tubes. These newer ones mix up easily. The whites were a little harder. But it could be that it's opaque, so. Okay, next we will have Naples Yellow Red. Oh my gosh. That one was way harder than it should be to open. Golly. Ooh, this one's very separated already. You see that separation? Oh. Gonna run out of brushes here. You can really see it in the cap, all the separation of the whatever, probably the binder. Gum Arabic maybe. Totally guessing, I don't know. This watercolor in this tube seems a lot waterier than the other colors. It's very concerning, because I'm wondering if the rest of the tube's going to be all like a different mix than it really should be. Does that make sense? Oh boy. This is a pretty color though. I can't wait to finally get all these swatched. All right, next we have Dusk Green. So at first we have a lot of watery stuff squeezing out, and then we have like gooier stuff. Like I said, these are brand new, but we don't know. I don't know how long they were on the shelf for, in the warehouse for, etc. Oh, I don't know. That doesn't make it any easier, does it? This one is very watery, which makes me think that all the pigment is still in the tube. And this is mostly like water and binder, maybe. And our last one is, oh gosh, okay. Ozome Athene Green Yellow. Azomathene? Not a word I'm familiar with. Oh, that one came apart so easy. Oh my goodness. Okay, I spoke too soon. Oh my gosh. Another brush. It was easy to unscrew the lid, but the paint is just too excited to come out. This one doesn't seem too badly separated. I mean, it is a little, but not as bad as some of the other ones. It feels newer. This is a pretty color too. Can you see that? It's gorgeous. I'm not sure it's going to translate on camera. It's like a very dark lime peel if you have Prismacolor. I'm excited to see what that paint looks like. All right, let's see here. Well, I think I'm going to put the white first, followed by the black, and then dusky purple, dusky violet, dusk pink, alright, dusk green, dusk yellow, this was AZ green yellow, and our beautiful Naples yellow red will be like that. I'm going to let these dry a few days, but our next clip, immediately preceding this one, we will be swatching my new watercolor colors. So I'll see you in just a second. Okay, we're back. They're all filled. They've been sitting here like week and a half now. I was playing with them a little bit, but I think they turned out pretty good. They shrunk. This is oxide black here. They shrunk down quite a. Oh, yes, I was playing with them, and now I'm dirty. Okay, again, that's the theme of filling pans of paint. So we're gonna play with them a little bit on my piece of paper here. Oh my gosh, some of these are so cool. I've already actually used a couple colors in my coloring. Let's see, we can get you all centered here. There we go. All right. But one was a new color, and oh my gosh, it's so awesome. I can't wait to show it to you. All right, let's get my blue water over here. We're just gonna play. I'm not gonna play with the opaque white because who cares about that. This is oxide black. These are Van Gogh again. Remember Van Gogh. All right. So now the opaque, no, oxide black is supposed to be granulating. So let's throw a little water on it there. give it a chance to do whatever it's going to do. Okay. Let's see, next color is, so we're going to play with them here, and then we're going to swatch them on here, which, goodness gracious. And then we're going to swatch them on there, which is a little card that just fits in my case there. This one is Dusk Violet, which we'll play with next. This is also granulating. I'm gonna fleck a few waters in there. Up next is Dusk Pink. These dust colors are gorgeous. Alright, can you see that okay? I'm going to fleck a few drops in there. Up next is Dusk Green. I'm going to have to move you a little bit here. It's a lovely blue-green color. I don't know what that is. Practicing something. This is just my mixed media book that I practice things in. Alright, Dusk Yellow is up next. Whoa. These are very powerful, very pigmented. I don't think I would use it that dark. Alright, flecked a bit of water in it. And then we're out of the granulating colors, and now we're just into regular colors. This was, oh, I can't remember, azomathine, something like that, green yellow. That's this one here. This is my favorite color. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's so awesome. It's not granulating, but I'll fleck it with some water. Just because it may as well be consistent. And then the last one is kind of a peachy, it's basically a flesh tone. It's very nice. Oy. I really need to put the magnet on them so they don't move around when I dip into them. All right, can you see that one? It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Oh, there we go. Right at the top of the screen there. I love them all, but oh my gosh, this one is so amazing. I've got to find lots of places to use that color. So, all right. Well, we can see them there. Maybe I'll lift you up a little bit. Excuse the jostling of the camera here. There we go. Beautiful. All of them are gorgeous. Okay. And then I'll put you back. All right, so I'm going to set up for the next part and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So I'm just going to put them on this little tiny paper here to fit in my box there. I prefer to play on the bigger paper just because it gives you a better sense of what they can do. So I want to quote a friend of mine, though. I was talking to my friend Carrie Kay. She's also got a YouTube channel on, I'm like, what's your advice for watercolor? And she's like, okay, let me think of some stuff. She says, patience is key. So first we're going to do the oxide black, which I agree. Not only does it take a while to like get the hang of watercolor, but also you've got to give it plenty of drying time, she said, as well. And I totally agree with that, especially for those of us that are working in our, oh, sorry, there's a bug flying around my room here. I thought it was a spider for a second. For those of us working in coloring books. I put the oxide black in the white. Okay. Okay. Well, I will let that dry and I will do a test and see if the opaque white covers it. So I'll do that later. Well, maybe I'll do it on camera. We'll see. Let's put it in the right place here. Let's try that. And I've got 2 oxide blacks, so yeah, I wasn't even going to do the opaque white, but I guess now we're going to do it later. All right, Dusk Violet is up next. That is really dark. Gorgeous color. Up next is Dusk Pink. So we got 2 of her choices. Quality brushes make a big difference, and that's why I got these brushes out over here. I'll lift them up in a second. Yes, I finally, I don't know, some months ago I bought my first 2 quality brushes. Oh, and the difference was huge. These came from Michaels. I think they just happened to be on sale, like buy one, get one 50% off or something. They're called Nocturna Pro by Royal and Langnickel. Really nice. And they're not the super expensive ones. I mean, I'm not going to spend money on super expensive ones for coloring books. And then I liked them so much that I wanted some different sizes. And I haven't actually, I think I've used this one. I haven't used the big mop brush yet. These came from Hobby Lobby. They're Master's Touch. I wanted more of these, but I could never find any different sizes at my current Michaels. They have so few. I haven't tried this one yet, but I want to. So hopefully soon. 0 and 4. But I noticed that it doesn't seem like the sizes are consistent across. Like this is a 4 here. Where was the 4? And this is a 4. Okay, so that's, yeah, that's not very good. I don't think sizes are very consistent across the various different sizes. Okay, so quality brushes make a big difference. She also said, let's see, next we're going to do Dusk Green. When doing shiny or glittery watercolors, she thinks it is best to spend the extra money and get stuff with a quality binder. Which I don't know. I just have cheap ones. Well, mid-range ones. I have mid-range ones. Because the glittery stuff can go, once it dries, it goes everywhere. Which that may be true. I haven't noticed it in my mid-range ones. But I just did a big page with them, so we shall see. All right. Ooh. My favorite color is up next. That's the Azomethine green yellow. I don't know what it is because it's not here and the paint is put away. And she says, for those of us who are into coloring, Don't be afraid to transfer your image to quality paper. Yeah, probably good advice. If you want to do a serious watercolor, maybe put the image on serious watercolor paper. Oh, that color is so good. Those are Carrie Kay's success for watercolor quotes. Thank you, Carrie Kay, for offering us some quotes. All right. Okay, so now, is this dry? It's dry. Let's test my opaque white. See how opaque it is. Just for giggles. Alrighty, here we go. Well, it reactivated and made gray. I should have known better. Since I have it out, we'll put it over here. Because this is watercolor paper. If it were on our coloring paper, my guess is it would not reactivate, because I haven't noticed a lot of watercolors like reactivating. They just kind of sink in and dye the paper. So let's look at that. We'll hold that up for you so you can see all the yummy goodness there. All right. I thank you for joining me. I appreciate your time. I hope you have a wonderful day. Live long and prosper. Bye-bye.